want to talk about Burning Man tonight.
Woo! Yeah.
I've been to 11 burns in the last 4 years. Anybody been to Burning Man who's in the house? Everybody, there's a lot of talk about it lately because it's coming up. It isn't a place, really. It's more of a concept. And it's more of a concept that when you realize what it is, you realize it's about you. It's not about anything else. But that's why there's this dichotomy between people who've been there and people who haven't. But it isn't a dichotomy. It's about consciousness. Most of our life, most of the world is oriented around a place where we judge behavior. We judge our own behavior. The government is judging our behavior. We judge each other's behavior, and then we're judging our own behavior based on what we think other people might be thinking about us. But behavior is a side effect. What we're actually doing is always consciousness. It's always something that's present. It's not something that's looking back on what we've done. It's something which is immersed in the flow of doing it. And that's what being is about. That's what the human is for. And that's what the person is left to talk about. If we look at the person as the mask, as the character we create, when we talk about ourselves and talk about other people. When we're talking about people, it's people that we're talking about. These masks which we wear and which we represent because we're representing stories, one story or another, to ourselves and to other people. But I want to talk about Burning Man, because Burning Man is at least a place where we can forget about all of that, where we can actually notice that we're just here. The environment helps. Drugs of various sorts are neither necessary nor sufficient to really experience what's going on there. At least to make the most of it, at least it's for me. And now I step back, and I'm just here and I'm talking to you. And there's always a here, and there's always a me, and there's always a you. We relate to people one-on-one. We meet people one-on-one, we talk to them, we notice who they are, and as we notice who they are, we start to notice a piece of ourselves that we'd never met before. At Burning Man, the burn, the camps, the DJs, the sound, all of that stuff is bait. It's not really anything in itself. What it represents only matters to individual people, and to each one of those people, each one of those specifics will be something different. The person who volunteered put a year of their life together in order to get it to some ridiculous place in Nevada is that person's going to see it one way. The person who just wandered into the place was sitting in the airport in Reno, and somebody handed them a ticket to Burning Man on Saturday night. They're going to have a different view when they stumble in and notice what's going on. But it's the being there, the being present, one person at a time, that Burning Man is about. So the way you measure burns is not about all of the biggest things that you see, not how hot the man got as it burned. It's about the person who you happen to run into climbing up the lotus statue in the middle. You said something and you said something and you spent the rest of the night together holding hands and running around like kids. Burning Man is a place where you can give yourself permission to be a kid, where you can give yourself permission to be pretty much anything that you might want to be, as long as being that is something that you can be proud of, that you would want anyone on the playa to see and be, because that's what you are on the playa. You are the show. And Burning Man is just one burn. It's actually outgrown its usefulness for being what it is. I've gone to 3 burns 3 times. Burning Man 2010, 11, and 12. And I'm probably not going to go back until somebody really wants me to go back and lets me go build week early or stay for cleanup late. But I found a home with people that I camped with who were from the South primarily. At Alchemy, which I've gone to 2011, 12, and 13, I ended up being there early in 2011. I saw them set the place up. I saw the people who came in for first camp, and there were a lot of people like me. There were a lot of very smart people who make burns happen. There are a lot of very creative people who make burns happen. And somehow, all of these very smart, very creative people are very broke. They have hardly any money. But they're very happy. They're very creative, not just with the art that they do, but with their lives, and with the lifestyle that they choose, and with the honesty that they can represent to all the people around them. In many different ways, many different aspects. I saw that getting there for first camp, and I wouldn't look at burns the same again after that first Georgia burn. But at the Georgia burn, they said, but you gotta go to Transformers. Transformers is outside of Asheville. A lot of the same people, a lot of the same camps, but it's a very different burn. It's in a different land called Deerfields. The names of the places in it are different. It's sort of like the addresses at Burning Man. And it has, this was the 11th year this year. And, thank you.